Africa has moved to the adjusted level 2 lockdown. President Cyril Ramaphosa making that announcement last night, following an increase in COVID-19 infections in a number of provinces. The recent surge is being largely attributed to big social gatherings. So far, the country has recorded over 1.660 million cases and more than 56,000 deaths. My colleagues, reporters Lethiwe, Mdluli and Monique Mortlock are covering the reaction for us on this Monday. Monique, let's begin with you in the mother city. Good afternoon. What have business owners been telling you around Cape Town? I know at this stage you are in an area called Brooklyn.
Yes, business owners are largely relieved due to the fact that they feel they've come off quite easier than in previous levels when we've had things like the alcohol ban being put in place and an earlier curfew. So a little earlier we spoke to the Cape Chamber of Commerce and Industries Executive Director Sid Pimer, and he was chatting to us about, while it's all good and well that we see that the regulations aren't as stringent as before, which is giving restaurant owners and business owners a bit more room to breathe, what's important is for the vaccine rollout to be ramped up, to be increased, because without this, we won't be seeing international tourists coming in. We won't be seeing that businesses getting more foot traffic into and out of their doors. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
We are concerned about the pandemic, but business is more concerned about the slow rollout of the vaccine. There's no excuse. If you want to be competitive globally today, I think vaccines started months ago in other countries. And for some reason, we in South Africa, we accept the fact that, what are we going into, June? And I think 1% of the population have been vaccinated. It's unacceptable. Why do we just accept it?
Monique, just one more question. I understand, of course, you are standing in the rain there, but very quickly for us, I understand you also spoke to the Long Street Association earlier. What are they planning? What are the plans in terms of reviving that vibe of Long Street?
Yes, obviously for restaurateurs and nightclub owners in Long Street, the pandemic has been especially devastating because of the restriction on nightlife, and these curfews especially is really putting a damper on business. A little earlier we spoke to Long Street Association's new chairperson, Giancarlo Bruno, who explained to us that while they're trying to revitalize Long Street, they're just hoping that we won't be seeing any more strict restrictions. But in saying that, he realizes that the onus is on owners to ensure that those regulations, those COVID-19 safety regulations, are adhered to, while still ensuring that customers are happy and safe. This is what he had to say.
We're a new board. We recently held our AGM, so we've got a lot of new, fresh blood coming on board. And ultimately, our plan and our desire is to make Long Street the entertainment capital of Africa. We have a massive focus on long-term pedestrianisation of the street, attracting the correct operators and investors, and we've got a lot of initiatives, including a rebranding of Long Street, but I think ultimately that happens when we make a safe and secure space, which is our primary focus at this moment in time. Make a safe, secure and beautiful space for our customers to enjoy.
Thank you very much. That Long Street comment about Long Street in Cape Town, ending that crossing at this hour to Monique Mortlock. She has to go and get to a dry area. It's beginning to rain in the mother city. Another province that we're tracking, of course, is KwaZulu-Natal, where we know that recently their cases were also beginning to go up. And my colleague Lethiwe Mdluli is covering the province for us and checking out the reaction there. But let's first find out, Lethiwe, good afternoon, about what's been said about the vaccination rollout, because when the president even last night was talking about level 2, adjusted level 2 lockdown restrictions, he spent quite a bit of time talking to the nation about the vaccination rollout. What is Sihle Zikalala saying about that in KwaZulu-Natal?
Well, then the vaccination rollout, the phase 2 vaccination rollout here in KZN is currently underway. And the Premier of KZN, Sihle Zikalala, did indicate that the province at the moment is not under the third wave. He is saying that they are seeing an increase in COVID-19 positive cases, and they are projecting that the province will be under the third wave in a few coming weeks. We do know that the president last night did say that the reason why the country is heading back to level 2 is because of the increase in numbers, and currently around 4 provinces in the country are under the third wave, but KZN currently is not. Earlier on, I was speaking to businesses, getting reactions from them regarding the announcement that was made by the president last night, and they did say that there are fears that the third wave might actually bring on tougher lockdown restrictions, but at the moment they are grateful that it's only level 2, even though it is going to affect their businesses. When it comes to the vaccination rollout, the Premier did say that it is underway and they're trying as much as they can, as they are hoping that they will vaccinate around over 2 million people by October. But speaking about our numbers here in KZN, this is what Sihle Zikalala had to say.
We want to say KwaZulu-Natal is not yet in the third wave, but indications are that we are going there, and it is important that we prevent the situation where we will find ourselves in the third wave in a manner that will not be manageable. So that's why we agree with the curfew, and the curfew is meant to protect us. All non-pharmaceutical interventions are meant to protect us and to protect the lives of the people. We have the recovery plan. We are working with industries to ensure that the recovery plan is implemented. We don't believe that this move to adjusted level 2 will have a problem as yet. But we want to emphasize, let us embrace all measures that have been put in place. Let's wear masks, let's wash hands with water and soaps, let's sanitize, let's avoid overcrowded places. We are above 60% of healthcare workers, which is good. There have been quite a positive turnout from the elderly. We appreciate that. We will be moving, and I think soon we will be able to announce comprehensive statistics per district as to how many people have been vaccinated. We want to emphasize the categories of healthcare workers, the categories of the people who are above 60, and those with comorbidities. They must go out and vaccinate.
Okay.